Hello everyone and welcome to Full Spectrum Survival's World News Update for Saturday, October 29th, bringing you the news that you need to know. Let's begin. Opponents to the introduction of artificial intelligence are warning that technological advancements are already producing startling results in the field, with new reports showing that Google's patented AI, the Deep Brain Learning Project, has just taught 3 of its human independent neural networks, named Alice, Bob, and Eve, to pass each other information using encryption that was built independently to any human interaction, understandable only to the machines themselves, and decipherable only using their attempts at eavesdropping and understanding. While the code in question was only 16 bits in length and mostly unusable in its practice under normal technological circumstances, researchers claim that the ability and the communication between the networks shows great promise for the birth of and widespread introduction of artificial intelligence in just the next few short years. Researchers with the Georgia Institute of Technology working toward interfaces that ingrain things nearly subliminally into a person's mind through passive haptic learning, a process that uses vibrations near the brain while participants aren't paying attention, have been able to pass the understanding of Morse code as well as Braille and other learned skills on to participants in as little as 4 real-time hours. Research into this type of learning mechanics shows that it can be and possibly has been used for less noble causes in the past, with marketing agencies using vibrations to beat the rhythm of a song that is available for purchase into the floor and subsequently into the feet of citizens near stores where those songs are available, and to enhance the recognition of ads and speeches that are meant to convey a certain level of importance to those targeted by the information. The mechanism, passive haptic learning, has been created with the idea that an interface between the subconscious mind and the body can be built, and that it will relay information from an outside source to the mind through vibration that can be passed on through bone material of the wearer, leading health researchers to warn that we don't yet know the negative effects that direct vibrations of this frequency can have on an individual, and technological opponents to warn that the government could one day use this technology to pass information onto a group of people without using audibly recognizable cues, paving the way for subliminal messages to become a widespread reality throughout the world. Growing evidence among the scientific community shows that the supplemental intake of vitamin D can reduce upper respiratory infections, such as those associated with seasonal immunity responses, and the common cold, and in turn could lead to a decrease in exacerbated asthma cases within those taking the supplements. The study comes to light as researchers seek natural alternatives to chemical pharmaceuticals that are declining in both their social acceptance due to a greater understanding among the mainstream for the danger of side effects, and a decline in their efficacy as biological cues work to overcome unnatural medicine's ability to make changes within the human body. Researchers with this particular study found that giving an oral vitamin D supplement reduced the risk of severe asthma attacks requiring hospital admission or emergency department attendance in half from its current risk percentage, giving hope to those within the preparedness community that have a friend or a group member with upper respiratory issues that fear a collapse due to an increased chance of asthmatic attacks during a disaster. It is our suggestion to everyone listening to begin looking for natural alternatives to chemical pharmaceuticals now before a disaster strikes, giving your body time to acclimate to its chance while not undergoing the stressful transition associated with the recovery phase of a medium to long duration emergency. And to wrap things up, dealings between the rising power of China and the fallout between the United States and the Philippines appear to be producing results for the Asian nation, as Chinese fleets are reported to have left contested regions in the South China Sea. Japanese encephalitis, a particularly deadly form of the disease, has been found in the Karaput district of Odisha, India. Anti-government protests are turning violent as the United States and power-hungry corporations ignore the wants of the people for a halt to the 4-state Dakota oil pipeline, and strong earthquakes continue to rock near Panama and Puerto Rico as the tectonic activity seen around the Earth heats up in today's Quake Watch. And that wraps up this episode of the World News Update. Check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's World News Update is brought to us by you, the viewer. Join us as a member on Patreon and help us grow while gaining access to exclusive content only available to Patreon subscribers. Visit patreon.com/fullspectrumsurvival and see if you can help by showing your support today. And campingsurvival.com. From sterilizing water to preparing for a collapse, campingsurvival.com has all the products that you'll need to be ready for a disaster. Visit campingsurvival.com and start building your bug-out bag today.